Foot is critical. They're only going 33% in the forward 50 area, Fremantle. So it's that forward of centre work that they need to lift their percentage in this quarter to give themselves the best shot.
They met in round 23 last year. They met in the semi-final here, of course, and they're meeting again today, these two, head to head. Mundy couldn't get it out.
Mundy.
Number one possession getter and tackler last year again for his team. And look at that, on cue to Barlow, to Hill. Pearce. Pavlich on the move. Got a fist on it. Alapate Carlisle thought it was a chance to mark that out of play.
So they've got Pavlich running up the ground. They really are asking Zach Clark to come of age as a player this year. They need him to step up and deliver. He's got his hands on the ball a couple of times already today. He can get into position, but he's started. Now's got to have an influence.
Gray to Ebert. Hartlett to Boak. Bouncing ball, tough ball. Johnson did well, won it. McFarlane, Ibbotson, and now Sheridan can go. Nice to see him start a game. 8 games last year, 5 as the sub. Out there to start the game and delivers beautifully.
Yeah, spot on, Dwayne. That was spot on. He had absolutely nothing to go for when he turned and ran. And Barlow had to work into that space. It was the kick that provided it.
Pavlich, and he may be within range.
Well, Sheridan's given them enormous drive off that half-back line. He's had 13 touches today. And he's running at a pretty reasonable efficiency.
Their all-time great turns 34 at the end of this year. 46 goals, 26 last year from his 22 games.
Got Sandlands down there if it doesn't make the distance.
16th season, and he strikes that pretty well. That'll feed back to perfection. That was a work of art.
Well, that's Fremantle's best passage of play today, Jono, coming off the half-back line. They had Johnson actually win it, the intercept. That's why they desperately needed him around the finals time last year. He gets it out to Sheridan. It was a great kick, and then it finishes up with Matthew Pavlich, and that conversion that's world class.
Oh, it certainly is. 100% by foot in that passage.
Yeah.
No turnovers, no scruffy kicks. Look at the effect that it has.
You're probably right. There's not too many people around the world that could kick a Sheridan that well.
World class, Dwayne. So was the kick from Sheridan as well that set it up.
The bounce wasn't to restart play. They'll have to call that back.
Ross Lyon went straight to Michael Barlow, not happy with a couple of his forward 50 kicks in the first quarter. He might have just won the coach back there in the first couple of minutes of the second.
Well, yeah, he was entitled to. Michael made half a dozen. It wasn't that many. It was 3 or 4 bad ones, and it cost some goals.
Mead took on Sheridan, got it too high. Inboard with a quick kick. Speaking of within range, Broadbent Hartlett can roost the ball. Thinks about it.
And as the game goes on, Jono, and it evolves, and defensive pressure becomes so much more territorial, players that can kick the goals from outside forward 50 are going to be so much more valuable.
That's a mongrel. That's weaved and twisted in the air. Neil. It's a back heel. It would have been a kick if he made contact. Jake Mead. Wearing the number 3 this year. Campbell, he sold 3, moved from 32. Looks a little different.
Pretty hot down there now for defenders with much less time to get rid of the ball, Kingy.
It's a tough game now for defenders, given the pressure has risen over the competition. Man on man, tackle pressure now is huge in the forward 50s for most clubs, and there's no grace given by the umpires.
So right now Fremantle leading for the first time in the game if you just joined us, and they still hold that lead.
That squares up the Nat Fife one. So there's a problem down that end, John. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably just first game nerves.
You're away from home and you're trying to build momentum. That just absolutely kills it. Hartlett the one before, and that was a bigger kick, but it was in range for him. He didn't kick that one great, and that one from Need was just terrible.
Sandlands, good attack, good reach, good hand off to Hill. Havlich on the run. Got there. Subin. Now they got Fife over the top. They got Main over the top. Both are there inside 50. Main, can he keep it alive? He does to Fife. The combination, the twist, the shimmy, kept it alive. Might kick the goal, smothered. Might still kick it. Oh, that's one of the highlights of the year. That was a ripper.
The issue is where he came from. And he came from right in front of us, Jono, centre wing. He made a beeline to the forward pocket and then got involved in this piece of wizardry.
He was able to lose Trengo, get the metre required, then smart. Good smother by Hobbs, but then keep your feet. Great goal.
And this was on the end of a 150-metre sprint. Great stuff. Champion.
Look at that vision, close up. Fantastic.
I picked the last 4 goals, Fremantle. Port Adelaide on the ropes for the first time in the game. Taking a couple of big punches here. Fife delivering a few of them. Tumbles that towards attacking 50. Ballantyne's down there. Main's down there. Hobbs gets there first, caught. Trengove gets there, caught. Just gets a handball away to Jonas.
Good pressure and well played, Port Adelaide in the finish.
Impey to Westhoff. Duffield corrals him. Feeds it off to Polak. Short pass, not 15. Schultz told to go. Pokes it to Gray. Good collect on the run. Caught a little high.
That was an amazing passage of play. It was an awesome pressure from Fremantle, but Port Adelaide were good enough to extract the ball.
Travis Boak. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you're watching around the land. 2 of the class acts of the competition.
Just having a look at this, Dwayne, as they chip the ball around here, they're really working Aaron Sandilands over here. They're trying to get Ryder free at every opportunity, trying to create the mismatch while they're making the ground bigger and wider by pulling slightly offline. It is making Sandilands work.
And they're refusing to kick it long, kicking right in his direction. If anything, they want to bring it across the ground and make him work even more.
Corns will play his 300th game this year as a 32-year-old. That was just 15. Carlisle.
Off his line.
Westhoff, the everywhere man. Trengove. Westhoff, gone. Just caught from behind, got it away. Now the outlet kick towards Impey.
Impey's been sitting there for 5 minutes waiting for it.
Homps wide, need the target.
This bloke reads the angles better than anybody in the game as a defender. He's already created a couple of goals by intercepting and launching counter-attacks. Pavlich has once started with him, and that time he's got the speed to actually read it better than the forward.
Yeah, he has a huge say in their performances. Don't worry about that, Michael Johnson.
Sandlin's second effort was good. Couldn't get it away. Fife caught. Working in tight. Neal jumped on. And was that 50? Umpire cuts Corn some slack.
He was one of the young players who Ross would have been looking for a lift. Only had 2 possessions in the first quarter. Averaged 28 in the NAB challenge. And was a star here in the second half of last year.
Got to get more from this hit-out advantage. At the moment, Sandilands, they lead the hit-outs 14-4 Fremantle, yet they trail on the clearances. They need to get more dominance from that.
Clark couldn't get it away. Gray does. Jonas, Impey, Westhoff, Hartlett, slick hands.
That's great.
Back to Impey. Ebert gets involved.
That's the pure handball stuff you like, Jared.
Butcher's in a 1-on-3. Johnson, one of them, cuts off the angle, taps it to Ibbotson. Content to keep it in. Subin.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jono. Those handball extractions, if you like, is, I think, an area where they've got a little bit more professionalism or dominance over Fremantle. They're just doing it a little bit better, getting it away cleanly from stoppages.
Westhoff, third man up. Wines, caught. Held too long.
That's one of the problems with the game. They haven't got an umpire on that side, and clearly everybody in purple on that side saw him get possession. Wingard lost the ball.
Wingard found space in the pocket. The fans not happy if this ends up in 6 points.
No major impact yet, Chad. Wingard had 4 possessions, just the 1 kick.
Just inside the boundary, across the face slightly. Paddy Ryder knocks it down. A need from the goal line. That should never have been allowed.
Well, they had things running for them, Fremantle, and yet a couple of mistakes and a little bit of brilliance from a couple of Port Adelaide players has seen them get back 6 points of that lead that they'd built. That would give Ross Lyon a nightmare. The fact that they could get across, that wasn't knocked across the line.
Zach Clark is on the man of the mark, so maybe that's a ploy in itself. But to allow Ryder to get it back to that spot, be very disappointed.
From the restart, Tringove now pinch hitting in the ruck, but Pavlich's too high. And he thumps it. Main wants to jump. Did from 3 deep. Walters tried to back out of the congestion. Jumped on a little. Polek somehow parts the seas. Gets tripped. Carlisle. Now Port Adelaide spread. Get players wide. Force Fremantle to work. Broadbent. Ebert. Impey. And now Wingard can go. He's within range. Time to spend it wisely. He floats it. And Duffield stands under it.
That's the third one now where they've had the opportunity to score. Hartlett need.
Yep.
And now that one from Wingard.
They're doing essentially what Freo did in the first quarter, and that's butcher the ball forward to the centre.
Subin.
Is it stronger, that breeze at ground level? Can you look at the flags on top of the scoreboard? Looks like it may be going a little bit harder.
Polek through his hands. Used his body well on Main though. Gets a possession. Back heel. White. Impey. Wingard. I can't shut him down, Ebert. He's got the runners. Bends it around towards the square. Schultz. McFarlane jumped on him. Got away with it.
Amazing use of handball by Port Adelaide at the present time. It's 99 handballs to 67. They're hitting the targets much better than their opposition, and most of their attacks are built on 2 or 3 consecutive handballs.
So Clark and Paddy Ryder rucking alone without Lobie in his first game for Port Adelaide. Knocks it down to Neil. Caught. To Hill. Scrambles it. Port Adelaide waiting for it. Bounce was kind. Ballantyne. Caught. Dumped. No Pryor. Evan Ball. Did he have Pryor?
I think the ball just reached out onto the deck. Whether he's let it go for a split second.
Impey. To Polek.
This is what they're doing well, boys. Just controlling the tempo of the game, controlling the speed. Nothing too erratic.
Boak. She sits that up. That's a long ball. High to the square. Good mark. Getting back, Clark.
It's a great mark. It's a confidence building mark. And if you can take them in the other square at the attacking end of the ground, his contract will have another 0 on it.
Sandlin's had the hard advantage on Broadbent.
He tried everything then, Broadbent, in that contest.
Duffield. Pavlich wants it long. And if Pavlich goes here, Daniel Pearce looks up. Options at plenty. Hits Barlow. Pavlich still running hard. Long kick in front of him though. A little too far in front. He still collects. Pomp tried to shut him down. Handball to Ballantyne. A little untidy. Back towards Pavlich. Slap down. Subin. On 50. Long kick. Just offline. Jonas. Trengove. Oh, he slips Sandlands. Johnson in need. Johnson with the reach on need. When he misses Barlow as well. White. What Adelaide have some space so they can get it forward. Stolen by Fife. Gives to Pearce. Pokes the pass over Ballantyne's head. Pavlich. Shrug Walters, his own man. Can't work it back enough. Tough ball to mark. There you go.
Well, fatigue is clearly setting in. Lots of kicks going to ground. Handballs not going to targets, etc. Both clubs, but you don't often see Daniel Pearce miss a target like that.
High pressure, high stakes contest at the moment. Impey stole that from Ballantyne. He thought it was his. Runs him out.
This is going to be interesting. He gave him the benefit there now.
That breeze has really sprung up, boys, to the right of screen. It's a good 2 or 3 goal breeze at the moment. Interesting 8 minutes to come.
David King on the boundary line for us, the 2-time premiership star. Sandlands just protected the ball, drop zone there, and he played on.
And was kind of smothered. Was called advantage, came towards with a good smother, switched onto it.
Gee, that was almost, sometimes that's a 50.
Well, there's
the free kick, there's the advantage.
Wingard, he gets one. They're making some noise in purple here today. Wingard from the back pocket to Corns. Splendid contest at the moment. Ebert.
Clear out. He's off, mate. He's off. He's off. Play on. Play on.
Westhoff in the option. Well run.
Right on it.
They have done this very well in this quarter, Port Adelaide. Into the breeze, just holding possession of the ball, using it well by foot through this area, hitting the shorts up, not wanting to go long to where Sandlands is positioning himself with a long kick down the line.
Ryder, back to Westhoff.
Dangerous spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Wingard, 3 to beat here. Fantastic collision between the two. Ballantyne and Wingard. And Wingard bounced up like a rubber ball, got the possession. Schultz on the run. Johnson and Sutcliffe right there. Schultz knows how to play as a win, and he tapped it there. Did he get away with it? No.
Out of bounds on the full.
Okay.
Stay clear, John. Play on.
Mundy. Sandlands. He's got Clark out wide. Clark can get and go. Ton of space. Needs to bounce. Oh, he left it behind. He spun it too early.
He did. He looked up.
Caught by Trengove. Fife. Makes it all okay. Heads wide. Ballantyne. Play for the free. Got it.
Out of jail there. A number of mistakes in a row, but you just have to admire the work rate of Nat Fife. Here's the bump.
Oh, yeah. They say the bump's dead. If you do it correctly, it's still a beautiful thing to watch.
Nat Fife actually saved Fremantle's skin there to run and cover for Zach Clark, who had a fit of the fumbles.
Ballantyne sits it up for the tall Sandlands over his head. Clark's down there. Butcher, Pavlich, Barlow, Daniel Pearce on the left. He's a dead eye on the left.
That's more like the Daniel Pearce we've seen, Jono, over the years. Didn't miss that target. Be interesting to see the handball that came out. It had a lot of shovel about it, but it is a hot game of footy. And the club that can make the least mistakes is going to finish up getting their 4 points, and their valuable 4 points. There it is. There was a shovel. This one was a good one. And the Michael Barlow will get a rap for the coach on that one. Picked the right option. Gave it to the left footer, swung around and thread the eye.
Not lost his hat.
He did.
From the restart, Freo chant rings around Domain Stadium. Pollock overruns it. They're hot right now, Freo. Barlow gets it back. Hartlett got back.
Well, they got the dominant Sandlands there, whipping it out the back to Fife. But still haven't really made much of it. It's been halted at the 50.
7 inside 50s in this quarter. They have scored 4 times, 3 goals once, so they're getting more effect for their entries though.
Good attack from Spur. Hartland. To Tringove.
Something that Hayden Ballantyne down here is he's absolutely spent at the moment. 6 disposals. 3 of them have led to scores. His harassment pressure has been first class, but gee, he's sucking some oxygen down here.
Hasn't played for a couple of weeks. Didn't play in the Waffle last week. Missed the last 2 NAB challenge games with that calf problem.
Been a good warrior for Port, Brad Ebert.
Absolutely, and knows this ground well. Been outstanding since joining the club. Or should I say rejoining the club. Off hands.
Good hands.
Yeah. Gray to White to Corns. Butcher's got a couple to beat. Got front spot, knocked it down. Might still get it. Good attack from Spur. Got it back to Johnson. He turns it over. Wines caught, dropped it. And then dumped late. Corns fixed it up. Need 50 from goal. Stop, start. A shimmy goes back. Squeeze past the pocket. McFarlane might take it out. Schultz tries to keep it alive. White can't.
They did well getting back there, McFarlane. He was there about 30 seconds before that ball came in. He got tunnelled to a small degree, but still managed to kill the footy.
Ross Lyon and Ken Hinkley both leading their clubs at the moment in fantastic eras, but both know they need a flag to cap the eras off. Otherwise, these eras get looked back on as massive missed opportunities. And it's now or never for these 2 clubs.
Hold the meter, 1 metre.
Short throw in. Wines does some ruck work. Barlow takes it back out, and the boundary umpire can do it again with 4:29 left to half time. Just joined us, Fremantle with a breeze in the second term. Port Adelaide without Matthew Lobey, late withdrawal. That's why Butcher is playing one of their emergencies. Clark from behind. Mundy. Barlow.
Stephen Hill. Holding Stephen Hill, free kick.
So free kick to Stephen Hill. Off the ball.
And he'll be kicking into a forward line. The deepest line at the moment is Pavlich, Five and Walters. Bit of talent there, Jono.
The umpire's got this wrong, Jared. He's been impeded after disposing of the ball. It should be a 50-metre penalty.
Interesting. David King on the spot downstairs. Ibbotson.
Gee, they just can't hit targets at the moment, Free. I mean, that's just a poor kick.
Ebert's not got a lot to go to. Tries to keep it in. Ibbotson kept it into his detriment. Ibbotson flicks it up. And now it opens up for Fremantle. Subin, because Neil had no one to go to. Subin wide. Holing. Side by side with Walters. Walters does well. Stopped it and rolls it. And Ballantyne's in the spot. Oh, he could have let it go. Hayden Ballantyne could have let that roll.
I think he's entitled to have a stop and have a go at it, Dwayne. He doesn't know whether it's going to hit the post on that angle or not. That angle suggests it probably does go through for a goal.
You just can't fall over, Jerry. That's the
right.
issue.
Hartlett.
On, Michael.
He's a genius, though, that Walters, too. He able to extract that ball and then ping it from that angle to go what looked like it was going to go through for a goal was genius.
Trengove to Boat, back to Trengove, and they work it to overlap the handball to space. Paddy Ryder.
Oh, it's on
Matt
down here,
White.
boys. It's on.
Central, and boy is it on. Wingard with some time. Heads the square, and Ebert's all on his own.
Well, it's a 2-goal swing. One missed at the other end of the ground, and that would have taken the lead out to 16 points. Just 3 minutes of play remaining, and all of a sudden, it'll be back to 4.
Port Adelaide play at breakneck speed. Super quick transition. And as Gerard said, 2-goal swing.
Yeah, this is going to be like this the whole game, I think, John. This is a cracking match of footy.
There's
It's hard to believe it's round 1.
Pressure all over the ground. Kingy mentioned it was on. It literally was on right in front of him on the boundary line. About 4 or 5 players involved. But Port Adelaide, they kept the footy moving and were able to get that overlap play going inside footy, forward 50. Ebert was the one to slide deep to take that uncontested mark.
Everybody takes a breath. It's a bit early in the season to call an 8-point game, but these two teams know how important top 2 is at the end of the home and away. This is massive for their chances to get an early win. A roller to half forward. Clean bowled a couple. Barlow. Main. Ballantyne. Couldn't get away and couldn't handball it away. Didn't hit the ball from the palm of his hand.
Now, that was impressive from Wingard because he left the ground. Ballantyne actually got him in the air, which means he was going to try and step around. But as soon as he hit the ground again, he was right up, closing the space of Ballantyne.
Port Adelaide have created a loose man on the outer wing again here. Broadbent's the loose, and now Impey's the loose, and now Ebert over the top is also loose. Impey wants to play onto him quickly. Spears the pass instead to Schultz.
Did that beautifully, as you said, Dwayne. They created the loose man expertly, and Schultz gets an easy shot at goal for him.
Well, the play-on creates the hole, doesn't it, Jared? And that's where the vision of all the Freo players would have been to Ebert, who was out the back in space by himself when Impey gets the ball.
Yep.
Therefore, he can turn with a good step, opens up a big hole. Schultz, smart forward, gets into it.
And this is for the lead back. Strikes it nicely. Nobody does it better. Kicking a goal than Jay Schultz.
Just a few self-inflicted wounds at the present time for Fremantle, and they're not born out of a lack of effort. They're born out of enormous effort. But Ballantyne goes to ground. Ballantyne goes to ground twice, in fact, and one was an opportunity to score. The other one was an opportunity to create a score. But what's impressive is the way Port Adelaide punish you. They create the loose man. They're quick with their skills, kicking the ball much, much better than Freo at the moment and hitting targets.
Kicked 66-26 last year at 72%. And the ball up. Flick down again. Wingard again. Ebert. Port Adelaide running hard late in this term. They've kicked the last 2. Good tackle. Wraps up Duffield. Holds it in, 1 minute left.
Sometimes kicking efficiency stats can be skewed a little bit, Jono, depending on how short you go. And Port Adelaide have been going relatively short. But at the moment, it's 78% to 64%. And our eyes tell us that Port Adelaide are doing better taking the ball inside their forward 50, hitting up those options.
Paddy Ryder. Butcher's down there, Westhoff's down there, neither get near it really, and it's plucked from the front by Spur. That's a good, strong grab with 46 seconds left.
Defence has been really good, Fremantle's. They've intercepted particularly well, set up a lot of opportunities. It's forward to the centre that they'll be hoping will that be addressed at the half-time.
Still a late chance here for Fremantle. 30 seconds and counting. Pearce to Pearce. Ibbotson smother. Fantastic smother at that. Keeps it in the area. Pearce still on the left. Pavlich. Broadbent gets back. They put the spare man back and he paddles that out.
So a chance here, Fremantle. Will they try a trick here, Jared? Flick one over the back. Ballantyne, Walters up around the stoppage. Even look out for a Mundy or a Barlow to have an impact here.
Big pack around it. Pavlich tries to get it out. Caught. Robbie Gray just bangs it long. Seconds tick down. Good bounce for Port Adelaide. Had to wait for it. Neil, last kick. Siren sounds. It's setting a benchmark this game for the season. These two teams are contenders. And right now they're playing the kind of football that will make a few other teams in the competition stand up and take notice again.
Hasn't opened up yet, but the work rate is absolutely phenomenal. David King.
Down here with Matty Pavlich.